All right, something that I've learned from through hiking is just how divisive like technology and the internet and the news and the media is. Just telling you like if you like Trump, you're evil, or if you like Biden, you're stupid, or just I don't know. It's funny that it gets us fighting over all of this stuff. So it's like rude to talk about politics. Like a lot of people just don't even bring that up because they don't want to get into like philosophical like arguments or anything. So I don't really have like a lot of opinions. I was at this bar the other day at this place. It's like a small town, maybe like 300 people in the whole. Most people there are like cattle ranchers, so it's like a big cattle community. And I hike through the wilderness, and I see a lot of like overgrazing and land destroyed by cows. Okay, like I don't really have a political opinion. You could see what's happening. You could see the land being destroyed. You could actually like you actually see the deterioration of these forests. So I'm not like so do I form my opinion around that? I don't really have an opinion because the thing is like um, we were talking about how like grizzly bears are killing a lot of cows in the area. Like they're just like booming in population. There's so many grizzly bears, and there's a lot of bear hunters and mountain lion hunters and wolf hunters. Like people who kill all of these animals that are killing the cows, right? They want their cows. They're focused on like a human economy. Read Ted Kaczynski's manifesto, or read some Edward Abbey. Like this is all like talked about, so I don't need to get into it. You know, there's other people with like way better with words than I am, but I could tell you what I see, and I see overgrazing, and I see land being destroyed in the name of money. You know, are people chasing money? And it's kind of these dead careers. Do we got to do this? Could you open a cattle ranch? Could you like not have your cows grazing in the mountains? I don't know. I'm not really here to make these arguments, all right? But I'll tell you what I see, all right? Anyway, I brought up, they were telling me about these grizzly killings, and I was like, oh, well, that's good. There's less cows in the mountains. It's probably good for the land. And they're like, oh, well, you got your opinions, I got mine. I don't really have opinions. I don't really, like, that's the thing. Um, so here's the other thing. This is Trump land. It's conservatism. It's northern Montana. Is this like a red state? It's like, it feels almost like the South. Like, um, I had a friend tell me, like, she doesn't like all these men, hunters with guns, getting drunk in the woods when you're like hiking. Like, it's disturbing her peace or something, or she doesn't like these bro vibes. Or, you know, it's like, it's kind of device. Like, who's the criminal here? Who's the one, like, should you be allowed to hunt? Hell yeah. Should definitely be allowed to hunt. Um, should you be allowed to drink in the woods? It's everybody's land. Do whatever you want. Like, why do you think everybody's out to harm you? You're kind of conditioned to think that. You're kind of like, as Americans, we're taught to be so fearful of everything. Don't drink the water in Mexico, it's dirty. You know who drinks that water? Mexicans. They live there, that's their water. Well, and maybe it's different stomach culture. I don't know. That's just one example. But we're just trained in all of this fear. So fear these guys with guns. Fear these Republicans. Fear all these Trump MAGA people or whatever. So here's the other thing. I don't really like go into bars and start talking about politics. It just like starts coming up in certain conversations. Um, but what I will tell you about the people in Montana is they are lovely. They are beautiful people. Like they'll literally give you the clothes off their back. All right. I was trying to do my laundry the other day, and I went in there and I was like, hey, like they kind of there was a lady in there from town, and it's a town of 300 people, so it's the laundromat, it's the bar, it's a breakfast spot in the morning, and it's a hotel. They let me camp in the back for like 25 bucks. There's a big grass field. Well, that was the other town. Now I'm behind a bar in another town, another small town. But in this town, it's just like one all-encompassing building, right? So I'm in there trying to do my laundry. This lady's just explaining to me like the laundry process, and um, I asked her, I was like, "Hey, well, do you think people like leave clothes behind so you could wear something? I could wear what I got, or I could wash what I got on. I'm traveling. I'm hiking right now. You know, like I would like to watch it. Like I'm not carrying extra shit. I'm carrying the bare minimum of what you need to basically like survive a very very long hike. Um, and she was just like, "Oh no, they don't really have that or whatever." And like they talked to me a little bit. They found out I was hiking. I'm on the CDT. Cool, cool. Um, but they go off. I was just like, okay, I'll wait. So I go back. I'm sitting in the shade at a picnic table, and they pull up in their minivan, like maybe like 15 minutes later, and they hand me these old clothes that they were just trying to get rid of. Like it's my whole getup right now, just wearing. So I'm wearing this until I could do laundry. Like they literally like helped me out. They gave me a like a Tupperware bowl with two sodas, two waters, and then like an instant ramen. Um, they were just trying to help me out. I didn't ask for anything. They were just like, this is a traveler. This is a person. Um, People are happy like to help you out. They're happy that you're on this journey, and they're happy to like let you camp in the backyard. They're like, what do you need? They ask you, what do you need? Um, Another example, I was there at that same bar where I brought up Edward Abbey, um, who wrote about monkey wrenching, right? He doesn't like cows, and it's a cow economy. Um, I'm in cow land. Um, and I brought him up, and I was just like, oh, I probably shouldn't even point out all my Edward Abbey shit. And then like four people gasped. But you know what? That guy told me, you have your opinions, I got mine. He didn't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. You know, like most people are just asking me about my hike. You know, is this stuff that should be talked about? Yeah, absolutely. I don't like that my mountains, our mountains, are being overgrazed and destroyed by cattle. Um, but the important thing is another person at that bar, someone who heard me say this, asked if I needed anything. He was like, hey, when are you going back to the trail? Do you need a ride? He loves helping hikers. That's just something that he does. He takes people to the trailhead. Like he gets them, you know, back here. Like people want to help you. They will, you know, when people say they'll literally give you the shirt off their back, they literally gave me clothes. I'm living out of a backpack, and everybody's just incredibly supportive and incredibly nice. I don't care that they're Trump people. It's not better than a Biden person. Joe Biden sucks. He's not better than Trump. And I was talking to someone about this. They were like, oh, I don't like these Trump people. I don't like that we're in Trump land. You have to know where you are. And you gotta respect it. These are people just like you. Alright? Empathy goes both ways. Maybe they're wrong about liking Trump. Maybe they're wrong about liking cows. But aren't we all just like lost children? Aren't we all lost sheep? Like, I don't know. Like, what's really based in reality? You go and watch Barbie movie or Oppenheimer, and this is how you have fun. These people, they raise cattle in the mountains. That's what they do for a living. I don't know. See where they're coming from. We don't need to like, yeah, be mad about destruction. Be mad that the forests are being ruined by this, but don't be mad at the people who are just subject to lies or confusion. They're lost. Okay? Don't be mad. Be empathetic. Empathy. That's the key word. See it from someone else's point of view. Okay? Um, and don't be afraid to talk about politics. Okay? Like, it's not rude. Just don't judge anyone. Don't be rude about it. People only know what they know. A wise man, another hiker, I forgot what he said, but know who you are, but also know where you are. What was that thing he said? I'm gonna ask him. Know who you are, know where you are. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But know where you are. If you're in Trump land, whatever. They're not bad people. They're great people. Most people, 95% of people, we're all looking out for each other. We all want good things. We all want a better world for our grandkids. Like, just have respect, have empathy, and love people, okay? And if you do, they'll give you a ride into town. That person that was saying, like, I don't like all these people who carry guns and get all drunk in the woods when I'm trying to just hike through peacefully. You know who gave me a ride from the trailhead into town? A guy with a gun in the back seat, drinking a beer. I don't care. Like, that's what I needed. I needed a ride into town. I was sitting out in the hot sun laying on the side of the road. I didn't have a friend come pick me up in a Subaru. I didn't have a planned ride. I just walk into things. That's through hiking. Like, that's when you're hiking long distances, you can't have everything planned. You have to go with, like, the flow of nature. You have to go where people are going. If no one's hitching that way, you're walking. If no one wants to give you a ride, that's their right. They don't have to give you a ride. But they will. They see you out there in the hot sun and they're like, wow, that guy's on an adventure, and they'll pick you up and they'll take you where you gotta go. I don't care if that's a Trump person. I don't care that he's got a gun in the back. I don't care that he's like a Republican or whatever. And she was just like, okay, that's just not my kind of person. Well, it's someone's person. Because he had a girl with him. He had a wife or a girlfriend or whatever she was, you know? That's her kind of person. She's his kind of person. Okay? Don't judge people. Don't hate someone just because they love Trump. I hate Trump. Yeah, that thing in my tooth is going to be really annoying during this whole video. Just don't look at it. Listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out. Empathy. Love everybody.